What up? What up? What up? It's your man, Mr. Controversy. Did you miss me? Yes, I am back inside the 3 Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Man, it's been a week. It's been a very busy week. A lot of stuff going on in sports. Even though it's not a lot of sports going on. I mean, you got the Olympics, of course, but I mean, for the most part, you got the Olympics, and we got Major League Baseball. Everything else, we got training camp. They started, but no basketball other than the Olympics. Nothing else. No college football, basketball. It's getting ready, but nothing else. But like I said, it's still a lot of stuff going on, man. And welcome, welcome. We appreciate you for joining me. Hey, man, we're about to get this thing kicked off. First off, aren't y'all glad football's back? I mean, it don't officially start until tomorrow, but because of training camp, it's back, y'all. And I mean, your boy been covering the Falcons, so I've been at training camp all week and last week. So I definitely feel it. I definitely see football. I smell it. You can hear it. I'm just excited, man. Like, crazy thing is, it would seem like it was just maybe 2 months ago when we finished the Super Bowl. But like I said, man, I'm still glad it's back. I never turned down or turn away football. Love football, so I'm glad it's back. But we got an interesting show laid out for you. First off, we got to talk about the Olympics, talk about what's going on, mainly with basketball, not because that's all we watch, but I mean, we're going to talk about Simone Biles and everything. We're going to talk about Katie Ledecky and all of that. But just what's more interesting is the 3-on-3, with the USA and what they're doing and what they're not doing. That goes for the men and women, but we're going to get into that. Also, we're talking training camp, man. Like I said, I'm in Atlanta covering the Atlanta Falcons, so I have a close eye and ear to what's going on there, so I'll be able to provide hometown with the update. Also, we're going to talk everything else is going on in training camp, like in other training camps. We got to mention what's in the news and everything like that. And then we are talking Major League Baseball, the trade, but all these trades that just happened. We got to get into that. We're talking quick hits, what's on my mind. Also with football, I want to know, and I want you all to join in. Also, I want to talk about what team will benefit the most from their new head coaches. And I'm not even talking about just wins, but just who will benefit the most. I mean, that goes for attitude, that goes for developing players, atmosphere, culture, all of that. So we're going to get into all of that. Then we got Dr. Fowler coming in with the injury report. Then we have what's on my mind, the stop it segment, and we got quick hits. So let your family and friends know you can listen to the show live locally on. We're not even locally. We everywhere. We're on 3pointconversion.com. We're on the 3 Point Conversion Facebook page, also the 3 Point Conversion YouTube channel. So, let's get it going. First off, I want to start off some interesting news that happened. And I'm going to play this clip because I thought this was kind of interesting that this happened. And this is someone else narrating. So, I mean, you can listen to it if you want. He's giving a narration of what he sees going on, but you can see for yourself. I'm about to play this. Hold on a second.
Right here is number 5 and number 10. Now, Rogers trying to smooth things over, but number 10 is an ex-teammate of Rogers from Green Bay. We just had an argument with number 5, who was really our best fucking player. Number 5, him and Rogers are going at it. Whoa. What the fuck is going on? Yo. They're having a debate over something. Pretty heated. Pretty heated.
All right. So if you don't know, that was Aaron Rodgers, or if you're not watching, you're listening. So I played a video of Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson having seemed like a heated discussion on, I guess, a play, something that didn't happen or should have happened, or they weren't on the same page, or that's what it seemed. That's what it felt like or looked like. We don't know because we couldn't hear what they were saying. Excuse me, but both of them dismissed it. Aaron Rodgers came out. He was like, I know it might have seemed like it was a heated exchange. It might have seemed bad, but it wasn't. I mean, sometimes things like that happen. He was like, it ended with a smile. He's like, well, at least on one person's face. I don't know if that was a shot to Wilson or not. I'm not going to speculate, but then Wilson said, it was nothing. It was just, we were going over play, and sometimes that happens where he's a leader, and it's his job to correct things. He's a veteran, correct things. If he sees things not going right, he should come in and say so. And sometimes we need to be held accountable. Sometimes it's hot and heated, and we're not doing the right thing. So it seemed like Garrett Wilson took the high road, and said, hey, it could be my fault. All right, this is what I think. It could be two things. It could be overdrawn. Yeah, we're talking about it because it was in the news, and it could be overlooked. Why it can be overlooked? Just for the simple fact that, or it needs to be overlooked because this is training camp. Stuff like that happens. I mean, think about it, people. If we can see in training camp where they're actually, you got the lineman or whoever it is, we got fights amongst the team. I mean, like they physically hitting each other and all of that and pushing. It's an all-out brawl. It should be okay with that. They were just having a heated discussion, it seemed like. And it ended, you see, they dapped each other up. So it ended like nothing was going wrong. Nothing was bad or whatever. Just a heated discussion. But again, like you said, we see in camp all the time where you got teammates fighting. So maybe it's been, and I'm part of the media, but you know how the media are. Media is making too much of it. It was on social media. Everybody's talking about it. However, we're talking about Aaron Rodgers, and we have heard from multiple past teammates of Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay that he gets in this hissy fits. Now, this is not during the game. So, like I always say, Aaron Rodgers can roll his eyes probably better than any woman I know. You know how the TV hat show him rolling his eyes, upset. Always happen. But again, when you look at his former teammates in Green Bay, you look how they've talked about the fact that, he throws his hissy fits. When things not going right, he likes to blame the other person. And I'm just wondering, is this a thing to be expected? Should we get used to seeing this? I'm sorry. Should Garrett Wilson get used to seeing this? Should all of the other wide receivers in New York get used to seeing this? Because he does this a lot. He has this reputation of doing this a lot. We always see it. But again, I'm not going to be, he's not in Green Bay, so I'm going to judge him fairly. It just looked like they had a discussion. He was trying to tell him, hey, did this route. Garrett didn't believe it. They was going back and forth. And it ended up with them shaking each other's hand. Now, it was one of them, handshakes that looked like it had a lot of oomph to it. Like it wasn't just all right, dog, we good. It looked like it was some extra on that, extra mustard or whatever you want to call it. But again, this is what we're accustomed to with Aaron Rodgers. This is what we always see with Aaron Rodgers in the past. If it doesn't go right, he's going to yell at folks. He's going to get mad at folks. But again, like I said, we don't know what was said. We don't know what happened. We didn't see the play. It looked like more so they were just going over, something that either it was a wrong read by either both parties, one of them or whoever. But since Aaron is the veteran and he's the 30-some-year-old quarterback, I guess you give the nod to him, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I don't think it's going to cause anything right now. But like I said, just he has a habit of doing this in the game, blaming folks. So don't be surprised if we continue to see this. I'm just being honest, just telling the truth. So we'll see. Moving on. So the Cleveland Cavaliers signed Jared Allen to a 3-year deal with worth $91 million. It was a max extension. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. They giving out money. They throwing. I ain't gonna say throwing away money because I don't want to make it like he's not worth that. But I'm just saying they just throwing money at Muggs. Like 3 years for 91. Jared Allen is nice, but and I know people are getting 50, 60 million, so he's only getting 30 million, but still $30 million, 30 million of them things for Jared Allen. I mean, was it the fact that they lost in the second round because he was hurt and they felt like if he would have been there, or was that his argument? If I'd have been there, we'd have got past Boston. They gave us 2 games. We could have won, but we didn't take advantage. Even without Devin, I can't think of his name. I'm looking dead at him, but star guard, I can't even think of his last name. But yeah, I mean Donovan. I'm sorry, Donovan Mitchell. But I don't know, man. 30-something million for Jared Allen. Oof, I don't know. But he is valuable. I will say that he is valuable. I mean, you're talking about a guy who's blocking shots, who's going to get you 10 plus rebounds per game, still get you 10 to 12 points per game. He can do that. But his rebounds and his rebounds, it's hard to just quantify as far as what, like, because everybody gets rebounds, but he doesn't get, it's not a lot of rebounds he's getting where it's just like, because he don't have anybody to box out. Everybody's, ran past. He just got the open rebound like these point guards be doing in today's game. No, he's getting contested rebounds, blocking shots, but not only that, he's playing defense. He's contesting shots. It seemed like he's always around late in the games making this like clutch block shot. So I could see them paying him, but like his max extension is 30 million. I don't know, man, but I guess that makes sense when a loaf of bread right now costing $5. So guess it makes sense. I can't complain. So guess it makes sense, y'all. So but again, they throwing money to everybody. I feel like if I can make a jumper or two, I could probably get $5 million per year. So they giving away money. That's just crazy to think that back when I was watching, I'm telling my age, but I think Jordan was getting like 3.2 million most of his career before he signed that big contract. Crazy. Anyway, congrats, Jared. We not hating on you, man. We happy for you, man. So all right, y'all. So I'm about to move on, man, and let's get into these Olympics. So I said last week that I felt like the men's national team, USA men's national team, was going to take a loss. Probably maybe third game, I said. Well, today they won, I think it was 103 to 86. They blew out Serbia, and then they played South Sudan. So they're taking care of the teams that start with S, the countries that start with an S. I mean, they're taking care of them, but it should get a little tougher. But it's good to see them do this. Now, my thing is this a case of they can ramp it up at any time? It could be. I mean, first of all, they destroyed Serbia earlier. Before they got to the Olympics, they had to play them in not exhibition, but they played them. I guess call it an exhibition match, but they played them and they beat the crap out of them. That was the only team they blew out. So you expected that from Serbia. But South Sudan, I think I'm saying it correctly, but they, like I said, the 103-86 was kind of surprising. I mean, the way they've been playing. Again, LeBron is leading this team, but I think the big step in this team was because even with this, I didn't watch the game today. I was coming back from the training camp, and I had to write an article. But with Serbia, like the game wasn't out of reach until I think late in the third quarter. Then you start seeing, or mid third quarter, you start seeing USA start dominating and start building a lead from 8, 12, and so on. But still, I think the big difference is KD. We saw him start, was it 8 for 8 in the first game against Serbia in the first half, 21 points. KD is a mismatch. If he's a mismatch in the NBA, you know he's going to be a mismatch in the Olympics. Then the fact that you have KD, you have this guy who is almost like a freaking somebody from France or somebody from the other countries where international player where, you know, 7 feet tall, but can do things that a normal 7-foot person couldn't do. And so to me, his game always fits or will fit the USA style. Always. No doubt. Always will fit. So having him back, and then the fact that, I mean, he's a vet. Like, this is what, his fourth time playing in the Olympics. So he's a vet. So he knows how it goes. He knows the rules. He knows how physical it is. You know what you can get away with, what you can't get away with. So used to playing with the basketball, because basketball is a little different than a regulation NBA basketball. So I can see them, I can see him boosting up this USA men's national team. So, but still, man, I just got a feeling they're gonna lose one. I have a feeling they're gonna lose one. They haven't. And I mean, I guess I can't say they haven't been tested, because they have been tested, but maybe not when it really counted. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I mean, you know how the basketball players do. You know how the NBA players do. American basketball players do. I mean, during the regular season, they'll coast through the regular season. And then once they get to the playoffs, they'll turn it up a notch. And then it's like, all right, let's play hard. Let's do what we need to do. So it could be that. Could be that. So, but again, I didn't look at, I need to look at the box score, because I wonder, you know, that I guess if you want to call it controversy with Jason Tatum not playing, was it controversy? The thing is, with this team, somebody's probably not going to get minutes that they deserve or might not play, because this team is loaded. As a matter of fact, this might, besides Derek White, this team is loaded. But you need Derek White. What Derek White brings to the table for a team, you can still say this is a loaded team. So this might be the most loaded team that they have. I got to go back. I got to think about who else is on that 08 Redeem team. But even with the Dream team, you still have Christian Laettner, you know. So that's why I say Christian Laettner wasn't needed. Not that he wasn't good, but he really wasn't needed. I mean, he didn't really fit. But with Derek White, what he brings, he's probably the person you would say he's the least player to be on this team. But at the same time, what he brings to the table, he fits perfectly for this USA basketball team. Defense, hustle, all the little stuff that usually any other NBA star of today's game won't do. So I can see some players missing out. The women look good. They played Japan. Man, thought man, like the tallest person in Japan was 4'9" compared to the women's team. Like, golly, you know. But that little point guard, I don't know her name. She was balling. She had a little game, you know. But yeah, man. So I still think the women gonna dominate, you know, their all of their matches, all their opponents. So I'm not worried about them. But I gotta get on this 3-on-3, y'all. I don't know. I think USA won last Olympics, but I want to go, at least won a medal. But I don't know what's going on. And I hate that Maceo is not on here. For the simple fact that he always, and no offense, because that's my girl. I'm rooting for Ryan Howard, but he always get on Ryan Howard saying she's too lax. She's never in attack mode like she could be. Skill set is out this world, but she's never in attack mode like you expect her to be. But it was hard to watch because it's like she was playing for the Atlanta Dream again, man. She was just chilling. She probably best game, probably out of everybody on the 3-on-3, and best skill set. And he was just chilling. It was like, yeah, we're gonna be good. Like, nah, Ron, this is not WNBA. Like, you lose one more time, it's a wrap. It's not like, okay, we lose, we can lose, we can go 8-18 and still make the playoffs. No, it's not that type of. No, it's not that type of party. So, I mean, and she can't take all of the blame, but because we know her, or I watch her, we see how she plays. Yo, you gotta. I know this is your first rodeo as well, but you gotta score some baskets. I mean, that's the name of the game. She was just chilling. Even on defense, she was chilling. It was like I was embarrassed because we covered the Dream. Like, come on, man. I mean, hopefully this wakes her up, but it's almost too late to be woken up, man. You need to be woken up before the match start. Then the men's 3-on-3. Now to their, I won't say to their credit, you want to have an excuse. They did play against the gold winners last Olympics. But it was a lot of talk about this, Jimmy Fredette and the rest of them, but they couldn't do it. And let me bring my boy in because I got to bring my boy in now because I want him to talk about this. Bruh, what up, Mace?
Dog, back to school, man. Back to school, man. He cheering,
it's cool.
dog.
It's cool. I had to deal with it too.
Sick of it.
But I gotta ask you, Mace. I was just talking about this, man. I don't know if you watched the 3-on-3.
Yeah.
But I was talking about how you always get on Ryan, like skill set out this world, but I was just saying that she was chilling like it was the regular season, and you can't do that.
Dog, listen.
You can't do that.
We've been around Ryan 3 years now.
Right.
Come on, man. Like, this is who she is. This is who she is. Her on and off the court demeanor are the same, dog. Like, it is. And it's no shade. It's no hate on Ryan. This is just who she is, man. She doesn't have that. You sit next to me when we cover the games.
Mm-hmm.
I say this constantly. She don't have no killer instinct. She don't have no dog in her, dog. And it shows every chance that she has the opportunity to be on the floor. And you just talked about it. I've never, ever talked down on her skill set because her skill set is crazy. Her demeanor, dog, it speaks volumes about her as a competitor. I mean, it just is what it is.
Yeah. And like I said, I was saying earlier, I was embarrassed watching it, knowing the fact that we covered the Dream, so hometown is like, she just chilling, no expression on her face. Just it's different if you have that, and not clowning her, but I'm just saying it's different if you have that and you balling and you just killing. Yeah. There's some players like that we've seen in the NBA, even the WNBA.
Cut the light on. They just cut the light on.
Yeah. I don't need to make no expressions. I don't need to look.
She not one of them.
Joe Johnson. We rarely see Joe Johnson get into it unless he get excited, unless he hit a game winner. But other than that, Joe killing and like it's nothing, go back. But you can't be like that if you're not producing.
Right.
Your skill set it doesn't mean anything if you're not doing anything.
Listen, you've heard me say it time and time again about her specifically. Just who she is. I don't expect anything else from Ryan. I don't like That's the energy she always gives. So, okay,
Mm.
okay.
Yeah, man. Like I said, it was embarrassing. Now, let me ask you though, what else have you been with the Olympics? What else has, I guess,
Dude,
caught your eye?
dog. I'm such a just a competitive junkie. The fact that these athletes get to really represent their countries and they train so long
Mhm.
for like these moments, dude. Like beach volleyball is dope to me.
I don't see how they do it. I don't see how they do that, bro. Just two. Look, it's already a struggle when they playing volleyball. But beach, like, bro,
Right,
how are they
right.
keeping
Add in
and
the
the volley?
sand
Hey,
and
the volley
add
be
in that right there.
it be lasting longer than regular volleyball. They got like how they do that?
Yeah, yeah. The athleticism, volleyball is great. I love swimming. I don't think people really understand how tough it is to swim. You know, people, I swim. Yeah, you can swim, but can you swim competitively like that? The backstroke freestyle, just the relay, just man,
Bruh, I
the
tried.
coordination it takes to be a competitive swimmer is crazy. It's
Hey,
crazy.
I tried when I was like, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see if I can do the breaststroke. Boy, I almost drowned, bro. I almost drowned. I said never again, dog.
Bruh, it's no joke. Now, I get so geeked about the Olympics because one, I'm a gear person, so I would just love to see how each sneaker company gonna outfit
Right.
like the shoes, the dream team, well, not the dream team, Olympic basketball team, the shoes, and like all of the other countries that are now like, I mean, because you have like, Shea SGA has this Converse deal, and they found a way to put some funky out there for
Mm,
him like all the time. So I
mm.
love the gear. Like when the opening ceremony, the polos, the
Yeah,
Ralph Lauren
yeah.
outfits
So,
that they had the USA athletes in it.
so
I just love the Olympics, man. Like all together, it's such a dope event. I think we all at once in our life, like, oh, I'm gonna be Olympian. I got 4 years to get ready. Yeah, I'm gonna be Olympian, dude. It's such a just a dope experience and feel for the athletes to travel to like different countries every 4 years and showcase to the world they talent, man. It's a thing of beauty, man. I just love the Olympics as a whole, Ralph. Love it.
no, I'm with you, bro. I'm gonna tell you what else is dope is table tennis, bro. I'm just like, and they talking about the young lady for us. I can't pronounce her name,
Yeah.
but they talking about she might not. They hope she can win a medal. Win a medal? She look like she the coldest, bruh.
Bruh, how they cover corner to corner on that table and like,
And,
yeah, say what you want, man. The folk be getting busy, dog. They be
and
getting
like
busy.
like you said, this is the Olympics is talk about competing and just for everybody. Like it's something to watch, and I haven't been able to watch it as much now because I've been covering the Falcons and all of that and at training camp, whatever. But you know, but yeah, you're right. It's been cool. Like when I get a chance to, I watch it. I'll watch it, whatever.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
You got Peacock, man.
yeah,
Pull it up
I'll
on your
watch it.
phone while you're at a training camp. Pull it up. Pull it up.
You know what? I didn't. Yeah, you know what? I might have to, man. It's so
Yeah.
much going on, man. But hey, speaking of that, I want to let's talk about the Falcons, bro. First of all, before I play this clip, I'm going to tell you. I'm gonna play this clip first,
Okay.
real quick. Hold on. This is I want because I want to know what you think, and I'm gonna tell you
Okay.
what else he said and what we're gonna talk about it. Hold on.
Because our understanding was that he was not informed until 5 minutes before the pick. Are you saying that conversation happened earlier?
Yes, I know that Raheem, at a minimum, I think Terry as well, during the contract discussions, probably talking about the room, I wasn't there, but, they advised him that, we obviously would potentially pick a quarterback to groom and develop along the way, and so I think he was surprised, as many people were, and frankly, we were, in the sense that our plan was not to pick a quarterback at number 8, but with the grades that our personnel department and coaching staff had on Penix and being available at number 8, it turned out that that's what happened. So I do know this, that as we approached number 8, they made every effort to reach out directly to Kirk and speak to him, etc. They weren't successful at the moment. They were later that evening, and obviously there's been a number of conversations since then. So again, I think the important thing is that Kirk, I think, understands that now. Michael understands it. They share a suite. They've been great suite mates. They've been great on the field together, and Michael is learning a lot from Kirk, and he will for a long period of time. And most importantly, Kirk is healthy and providing us with the kind of leadership and the kind of play that we can see so far that we invested in him.
Okay, so Arthur Blank said, Mr. Blank said that first of all, dog, when he walked in, dog, I smelled like money. I ain't gonna lie, dog. I was in awe, like, man, I ain't never been this close to this much money. Cool, laid back. Came in, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Y'all good? Y'all, everybody, like, cool. But either or, he says that. I see you shaking your head. Do you believe that?
No. They've had since the draft was in April.
Uh-huh.
They've had since April to rehearse that story over and over and over again. You know how sometimes when you tell a lie,
you said he had a chance to rehearse that story.
Rehearse it now, bro. When you tell yourself a lie over and over again, you start believing it. Dog, it's no way. Dog, it's no way. And let me rewind real quick. Because it is a way, because they are the Falcons. And a lot of organizations like the Falcons. We're watching it in real time with the New York Giants on the HBO special.
Mm.
When teams don't have a plan, when teams are reactionary, this is what happens. You do knee-jerk stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's no way. And again, they've sold this bill of goods to themselves, so I get it. Dog, we gonna stand on this lie. We're gonna stand on this lie. It's no way in the world that they felt like, hey, we're taking a quarterback at 8, and we signed Kirk Cousins to $100 million. It's no way possible.
Okay, so let me tell you what he asked. I didn't have this part on here. I wish I did, and I'm gonna put this up probably tonight. So he did say, he said they informed Kirk that they would, when they first in contract talked, that they were going to take a quarterback, not at 8. They were going to take a quarterback, right? This is what he said. He said, so we didn't know at 8. He said he a real G. He was like, I found out. This is what he said. He said, I didn't find out till late. I was shocked. He was like, but the thing is, what up, Vince? He was like, the thing is, they told me right before, they called, it was Terry and it was Raheem, that they were going to go ahead and take a he's stupid. And they was going to go but they was going to go ahead and take a quarterback at 8. Now, Mr. Blank said, look, because the guy was like, so did they get approved by you? He's like, let me make this clear. He said, I made it clear. They made me aware. Nothing has to get clear about me. They made me aware. He's like, but I don't like surprises. This is what he said. I don't like surprises. So they had to at least let me know. But it's the way he was talking, it sounded like he was like, Ninja, what? Like he was shocked.
Because it's no way you give a quarterback $100 million
yes,
and you draft his replacement in the same draft. Because listen, as bad as the Falcons team is, it's no way you take a guy at that position and at 8. You've known you had number 8 pick since freaking last year. It's no way you target the future quarterback and you still sign Kirk Cousins, because if you already knew from the word go you were taking a quarterback, now you signed Gardner Minshew, you signed a stopgap guy. You give a guy $3 million, you give a guy $5 million, and you take Michael Penix. They're never going to be able to win.
That's what you're saying. You don't take him in the first round.
You don't know. You took a guy who's not going to play for low key 2 years.
And you're saying number 8. Now the talk that was right after that. This is media though talking. They were saying that we were all saying believe that, because there's been rumors that they're saying that they felt Minnesota was going to take them, and they said they were high. They said they were high on Penix, but they said their problem was they were scared that Minnesota was going to take him before JJ. And so I'm like, I can see that but he said, but all of them, they said it was they said before the draft, no doubt about it, they wanted to take Penix. They wanted Penix. Not at number 8, but they wanted Penix.
Yeah. But again, everybody knew that Penix was going to go in the first round. Everybody knew since last year that the Vikings were moving on from Kirk Cousins. It was going to be no money in the world. First of all, Kirk Cousins wasn't going to take a discount. He's proved that his entire career.
Yeah.
You knew you had to give JJ record-breaking receiver money, so they weren't going to do it. So Kirk Cousins was out the door anyway.
Right.
He was out the door. Again, teams who don't have a plan. The Falcons don't have a plan. And the show, like I said, it's just like the New York show. Dude, Giants. Dog, y'all knew Saquon Barkley was going to walk. He told you that last year. Mm-hmm. You either could sign him and franchise Daniel Jones. You went with Daniel Jones. Dog, who were you bidding against for Daniel Jones?
Right.
Falcons. Who were you bidding with for Kirk Cousins? Nobody.
Right.
It was a one-team deal.
So do you think, because I don't know, it'll never come out, but my plan is to get cool with all of it. I want to find out. But do you think that, because like again, they keep saying the plan was Terry wanted Penix, but I think that
that's the lie they got to tell. That's the lie they got to tell.
Because I don't think Terry wanted Kirk. I believe he didn't want Kirk. I believe that came because it was rumors that Rich McKay and all them wanted that. Like I told you on y'all show, shout out to the Crush Sports Talk on Thursday nights at 7:00, right?
Yep.
7:00 on the Crush Network. Go to Crush on Facebook. But I told you, remember, we was talking about what happened in my text. I put in a comment. I said I could see Terry went in the bathroom before the draft, called his homeboy, his brother, like, look, I don't care what them ninjas say. I'm picking Penix. I believe that part. He wanted Penix. It was he had to want him because he got him. Like you don't get forced to make that again. Remember, it was talks that it was rumored that Mr. Blake he was upset about that. Arthur Blank was upset about that.
Yeah.
Everybody, they weren't. Terry wanted him. We know that. So I don't believe that Terry wanted Cousins.
Yeah. But what have I been saying forever now? Dude, if y'all don't think Rich McKay still got his foot on the gas up there, y'all crazy.
Well, I think that's crazy. Yeah, but I think that's why they kind of like, all right, bro, they kind of moved him to the, and I think with some talks and rumblings, like, I don't know if I don't know. Something came about to where after that, it just seemed like they don't want him there.
No.
Or they keeping him.
No, they keeping him in that side room. He got his foot on the gas. One thing about Arthur Blank, and he's done this for eons. Arthur Blank can be swayed by perception.
Right.
It was so much being said about, man, Rich McKay come back. I ain't renewing these tickets. So many people were saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Listen, Rich, hey, we know you're the guy. Everybody here knows you're the guy. That's why he was front and center at the initial press conference, all these different things. Rich, need to take a step back just for perception. Dog, still make the call. Dog, if y'all think the guy who is the executor of everything off the blank not gonna have a say in the football operation because that's the main reason he's there, man, y'all tripping. I got some beachfront property on Old National. You can see the Pacific Ocean from Old National. If y'all don't believe that Rich McKay still got his hands on the trigger in Atlanta, y'all lost your mind.
I'll say this too. So this is what he did say. He said, but like I said, you could tell he wasn't, the way he was talking, he couldn't hide it. He didn't like it at the time. You could tell he didn't want it. He didn't like it. He was shocked. And not necessarily because he don't like Penix. It was like you said, it was the simple fact that, dog, we just spent $500 million on this older quarterback.
Make it make sense.
Right.
Make it make sense. And for everybody who was a great pick. Okay. All right. It was a great pick for a guy that you're going to be redshirted for 2 years. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Now, and I think I always say this, and I always say this. During the draft, NFL draft, we can argue about it's a dumb pick. Oh, they messed up, whatever. At this point now, it's over with. You stuck with them. So it's even time to look past that. But he said, Terry said this. Also, Terry had a press conference today, but he did say that he's glad that it's happened now. He's just for the simple fact, I guess because it's over with. But he's like, in the past, they've had this gap between these quarterbacks where they've been lost. Look, I don't know if your boy was so bad or whatever that he's saying it with Ritter, but they're saying they don't want to deal with that no more.
It's not that Ritter was bad. He wasn't ready.
What? And not just that, the coach wasn't ready. I mean, the coach is bad. So, which leads me to, let me tell you what's going on in camp. So, first of all, when I tell you, and I don't think any of us felt like Cousins can't play. I don't think none of us could think or would think or should think that Cousins is not a good quarterback or he's a bad quarterback. I think more so it's, why would you spend this much money on him? Or forget that. The perception is in big games or in the playoffs, he don't come through.
Yeah.
Right. Which is very fair. Especially I won't say the last year or two, but before then, it was really like that. He always made a big bonehead play. But Mace, when I tell you, this dude about to make a difference with this team. When I tell you this dude came in, and maybe because I'm up front and it's different when you see it up, close. When I tell you this dude, he's an NFL quarterback.
Dude, the perception into the offseason up until you signed Cousins, when you looked at the talent on the Falcons roster, especially the offensive side of the roster, you're just a quarterback away from this thing exploding.
Right.
You signed a guy with Greg Robinson's offense who comes in day one and understands it. It's no learning curve. Now you get to unlock Drake London. Now you get to unlock Kyle Pitts. You bring in Darnell Mooney, who people I'm trying to tell people that, and this ain't no mugs, don't know football. Darnell Mooney gives the Falcons something they hadn't had in a minute. Right. He's going to be able to blow the top off the defense.
Right.
He is a big play waiting to happen. So when he run the goal or he run the deep post, here come Drake on that under route or that over route. Here come Kyle Pitts on that same route. Oh, by the way, now you got to pick your poison. Can't put 8 in the box. Here come Bijan on the run or out the backfield in space. Oh, my bad. Here come your 24 Algier with a light box. So that's the excitement of having Kirk Cousins, because you've watched anybody who's had Mariota and Ritter back-to-back season. Now, they could have brought me in at quarterback.
Yeah.
Excited. So, but you got a true veteran NFL quarterback who is listen, say what y'all want about Kirk Cousins. He has a PhD in the West Coast offense.
Right.
And people are going to see it. The offense is going to be crazy.
And let me tell you,
it's that worries everybody.
To see him making throws, dog, he was making. I'm right there. He's making the throw. The wide receiver, when he threw the ball, the wide receiver hadn't made his cut yet.
Oh.
And when I'm like, who is he throwing to? And bro, it was so beautiful. But let me tell you who else has been balling in camp. And he's gonna win that number 3 spot, that slot position. Ray McCloud. Ray McCloud been balling.
Because Ray McCloud is shifty. He's a guy, dog. He is a option route monster. Yep. So I always implore people who are like NFL fans and all these type things, dude, the best thing you can do is invest in the all 22 and watch film.
Yep.
Because the thing about Kirk Cousins, dude, I will pull up Minnesota film. That would be some of the first film I watch, especially when Kurt was healthy and when he was rolling. Dude, 3-step ball out, 5-step ball out, dog. You're not going to have a guy who's going to double clutch a ball like dog. He processes the defense so fast. And like you say, dog, receiver still doing all this stuff right there. Dog, ball like Kirk Cousins' hand. It's on you. It's on you as a receiver to get your head around. Or you're going to get hit in the back of the head with the ball if he coming to you. Dog, he understands this offense so well. Falcons scoring points is not going to be an issue this year, everybody. It's the defense that everybody's going to be worried about.
Right, yeah. Penix. First training camp, the first practice they threw, came out blazing. I mean, he was like, and I'm talking about 11-on-11 drills and the red zone drills when they're competing with each other, the 1s versus 2s and the 2s, and then the 1-on-1, 2-on-2. He only had the first practice. He only had 2 drop balls all practice, and one of them was, 2, incomplete passes, and one of them was drop pass that I think it was Pitts that dropped it. Pitts been balling too, but he was lights out. Next, what I realized about Penix, he's a gamer, meaning when they're doing like the drills when it's just them and a wide receiver and that's it, you'll see him miss some throws. He's a rookie, he's learning.
Yeah.
When they get to 11 on 11s, he does better. When they get to the red zone, lights out.
No.
The twos have been the ones that's been scoring the most. He's had at least 2 touchdowns every red zone drill. Today he was 11 for 15 throwing. So, and I know he's playing against the Falcons defense, but what I'm just saying is when you look at him and I think we all knew this, he could play. I mean, he's older too. You know what I'm saying? As your
25.
regular vet, so he can play. But I think the biggest change though in training camp, honestly, what might make the Falcons capable of really winning this division is the fact that the atmosphere. Raheem, he's so funny. So, usually coaches, if you jump, not even off sides, but if you jump off sides, or especially if you commit a false start, they switching you out. All right, come in. Right. You watch other coaches when it happened. All right, out. Come on, you come in. Raheem, got to get out. He like old boy from Nick Cannon. You're out of here. Get out. You're laughing and everything. Come on, you're out. But it's light, but it's detailed. Like the players, every player said about the atmosphere, said that's the biggest change. They said you don't feel when you mess up, you don't feel like you're about to get chewed out. It's a teachable moment. Right. They literally come in, let me teach you and laugh or whatever and all of that good stuff. So I think Kirk, of course, but then the fact that the coaches they have now, they're more detailed. It's a lighter practice. They have fun. Yeah. They'll make it competitive and everything. And they had one little skirmish. They have 2 padded practices. Yeah. One little skirmish. They weren't even a skirmish like that. They didn't really fight like that. It was just, they kind of like little shove. That was it. But nobody had to break it up. But I think Caleb, the offensive lineman, he came out and he said, it's just the continuity. It's the atmosphere. Everybody is one, They said that's from Raheem. So that's the biggest thing I've noticed. You know what I'm saying? Like, but again, it's training camp. I mean, some people, they're going to look good, and then when they get there, they might not. We've seen that story. But just as a whole, that team looks totally different.
As it should. So I'm fortunate enough to have the type relationship with Ra, because he drafted, when they drafted my cousin with the Rams. So he coached Kobe for 2 seasons.
Okay.
And one of the things that Kobe kept saying, so when, of course, when the Falcons hired Ra, like, Kobe, what kind of guy he was like? He was like, the energy that Ra gonna bring is probably gonna be the biggest difference, because he's so spirited. Because as a matter of fact, it was so funny, probably about a week ago, I was asked Carl, like, so you miss Ra yet? He was like, yeah, we miss his energy. We miss his energy because defensive meetings are a little different now, because he's not in there like you just talked about. When you make a mistake, it don't feel like it's the end of the world.
No,
which allows you to play freely. Because football, NFL, stuff gonna happen. And Ra taught those guys how to play through it. So what you got beat? And everybody get beat. Yep. It's what do you do the next play?
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's gonna be a super different. And Ra not gonna have the kind of energy. Arthur Smith wore his heart on the sleeve. You could see when he was frustrated. He had that ugly look, and his body language was just terrible.
Right.
Ra's not gonna give you that. So so the energy is gonna definitely be night and day for the Falcons this year, which is much needed. They're gonna need that, definitely.
Yeah. Hey, I want to tell let me say this though with Camp. I hope I don't get in trouble for this. Oh well. It's so funny, Maceo, because so my first day was Friday, right? And they blasted music, bruh. And no offense to anyone, but they listening to country western, they listening to like Achy Breaky Heart. They listening to like soft rock. I'm just like, bro, why are they playing this during a training camp? This is weird. I'm like, but well, okay, whatever. Right. Next practice was at when they did in front of fans at the high school.
At high school, yeah.
Bruh, you might have thought DJ, you might have thought Tigger was DJing to somebody. Like, I mean, trap music. I'm like, so maybe they did it because the fans was there, whatever, and they just doing that because I almost kind of took offense to all. Why y'all got to do that when, you know? Then the next day at regular training camp practice, she killing it. Some little white lady, Lil Baby and trap music. Then she take it back to Jeezy. I mean, even the referee was we up there just man, the ref just kind of he calling a game, but you see his hands moving like this. I'm like, all right, cool. Then the next practice yesterday, same thing as Achy Breaky Heart. So I'm starting wondering. One of the guys pulled me over and said, "You know how they do that, right? Look over there. When the family come out, they playing a country western. Were they not there? They jam it. I mean,
makes sense. Makes sense.
Here you go. Take you back to the birthday bash, dog. That's how she was jamming, dog. But with family there, bruh, Willie Nelson and all that, I'm like, what is this? I mean, but yeah, man, it's funny. I gotta let Missy know. But
wow.
All right, man. So Mace, I'm gonna let you go at it, dog. I want you to tell me what's on your mind, man. Like what's give me what's on your mind. Let the fans and people know what's on your mind, bro.
So much, but the thing that's like just dominated my thought process more than anything. We continue the continued hate of LeBron James. I just can't understand why are we 20 plus years into this man's career and people still got so much crazy stuff to say about the dude. Like, now, y'all, you're not a LeBron fan. I get it. But do y'all have to every chance you get, every time this man on TV, we have to have these long, thought-provoking tweets and posts. Like, it's unbelievable, man. What did this guy do to people just to have, like, he has to be for, you know, what he's done for the game, or, you know, what his consistency through all this time. Just the utter hate that people have for this dude, I will truly never understand, man. I just don't understand it. And I mean, what has he done just to trigger the masses the way he has? Like, people have really made careers out of hating on this dude. I just wonder, especially for all the Twitter fingers and you know, the Facebookers who type paragraphs about this dude every chance they get. What are y'all gonna do when this guy finally walk away from the game? It's just unbelievable the amount of hate that at year 21 or wherever it is, that he still got people typing paragraphs about how much they hate this guy. It's unbelievable to me, dog. It's totally unbelievable.
Real quick, let me ask you: Do you still? I know we talk about this a lot, but do you think it's more of just because of the fans? And I think it goes back to why LeBron fans get on Jordan too, because I'm the biggest Michael Jordan fan ever, but I'm not a Jordan fan. A Jordan fan always worry about what LeBron does or what, you know what I'm saying? They feel threatened. A LeBron fan is worried about if LeBron is threatened. But I think that goes because they're not battling. It's not about Jordan or it's not about LeBron. It's about the fans because they love for each other, you know, for their own guy. Because it makes no sense. Like, I get tired of Jordan fans like, shut up. Like, what does this have to do with LeBron, why this post has nothing to do with LeBron. Vice versa. Why are y'all tripping about Jordan? What is this? Like everybody got something to say about it. Well, I respect this team better than 92 because so what? Ain't nobody talking about 92, dog. We know it's different. Or why you gotta say something about this team? This team is different from 92. No, it's not gonna be the same. But I'm gonna tell you this though. I just said this too. I want to know if you agree with me. I believe this is the most. I'm trying to think who else was on that. 08 was very talented, but I'm trying to think. I still think this is the most talented and best put together squad on this team. I'm gonna tell you,
it's super deep.
Yeah, it's super deep. Embiid is not playing well, but it's super deep. Even people would say Derek White. Okay, Derek White. He's he's the least superstar. He's not this.
Yeah.
But for this team,
yeah,
Derek White fits for this team because he plays
kind of the glue guy.
Exactly.
Like the two-way guy. Yeah.
Exactly. Hold on. Phil Allen says my issue is make a case for your favorite player on the team without disrespect.
Yeah.
Bruh, Allen, we've been trying to say that. I agree.
Allen, I say this Allen, I say this all the time. Listen, if you're a Mike guy, nothing nobody else can say can sway you. If you're a Kobe guy, can't nobody knock you off their heel. If you're a LeBron guy, can't nothing knock you off their heel. I get it. This the only problem I have, and we get this all the time when out because everybody feel like they know you because we talk and get these opinions and all this stuff. Don't give me this 2 to 5 hour diatribe about the merits of LeBron James and how much you love LeBron, and you got on Jordan sneakers. Don't do it to me. So, like I always tell my folks when I'm probably like the most tagged individual on social media sites. It's unbelievable.
Right.
When you come type me paragraphs about LeBron and how much he did, I always respond, hey, take a picture of the shoes you got on real quick. I've yet to see somebody who got on a pair of LeBrons. So that's all I'm saying. Don't talk me to death about how much you love LeBron. And you don't want anybody man's shoes, man. Like, let's make his shoes the most popular shoe in the world.
Right.
That's all I'm saying, y'all. Like,
I feel you.
Don't talk me to death about LeBron. And listen, I love LeBron. As a sneakerhead, I have plenty of LeBron sneakers. But a lot of you, my boy James, shout out James Pate. James Pate is the biggest LeBron fan on the planet, hands down. Ask me how many pair of LeBrons do James Pate have? 0. I can help you out. 0. If you go to James Pate page right now and you click any picture, get what James Pate got on? Jordans.
Right.
All the time. Every time he posts something about LeBron, I say, Pate, what kind of sneakers you got on? If he take a picture somewhere, I say, Pate, what kind of sneakers you got on? Oh, yeah, this is a story now. My LeBron's on the way. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got it. But yeah, y'all don't talk me to death about that. And y'all don't support me. Y'all don't support my boy Lebanon James.
All right, so I'm gonna this is what I'm gonna do. Look, Charlotte, how you gonna come on here calling somebody? I'm messing with you, Charlotte. I'm messing with you. Hey, all right. So look, I'm gonna say this. Because we gotta bring in our next guest or person on, but this is what's on my mind. I won't be long. I said it on social media. I don't know if a lot of people didn't catch wind of it, but so even in the US regular tennis, but we're talking Olympics. If I'm playing tennis, I was watching I was watching tennis and our girl Coco, and she out already. Like, oh, I'm like, man, either or. Like, dang, did you even pitch them? No, I was playing. But anyway, so I'm watching them warm up. It is no way. Now, like I said, they're gonna have to call me either the Dennis Rodman of tennis, or they're gonna call me Ron Artest of tennis. There's no way in the world before the match starts that I'm about to go ahead and start helping you warm up for tennis. I ain't about to help warm up my opponent. You know how they be hitting the ball. No, I'm not doing that.
But that's how they
You
do
better-
that tennis.
No, no.
Tennis.
I don't
No.
care. That's why I said that I'm gonna be Dennis Rodman. There's no in an Olympic suit. I ain't about to help you warm up and get ready. They do that in ping pong. I thought they were playing. I'm like, man, these people weak.
Not,
And that's how they ain't no way. No, you better.
Raphael,
It's
it's a
I
gentleman's sport.
I don't care.
Yeah,
Not in the
it's a gentleman's
Olympics.
sport.
In the Olympics, that's why I said Olympics. There's no way look. They would hit the ball to me. Hey, I just let that mud just bounce right back. Look at it like.
Where you gonna warm up? You gonna go hit the ball against the wall? What you gonna do?
I'm gonna warm my coach, or I'm gonna warm up. Especially if we playing doubles, I'm warming up with my partner. Ain't no way.
That's how they warm up. That's
I'm petty like that, dog.
That's
Ain't no
tennis.
way. Ain't no way.
You gotta be mad at tennis. They do it at Wimbledon. They do it at the French
I know.
Open. The
I
US.
see, but
It's
in the
tennis.
Olympics, but in the Olympics, it's no way. I told you I'm gonna be the Dennis Rodman or the Ron Artest.
You're like, hey, go give me another American. Go give me another American. I'm not hitting about that, man.
I don't care. I don't care what the tradition is. I'm not doing that.
We don't even use the same balls, man. Like balls.
Nope.
But yeah, go on, keep going.
Just let it go. Just let it bounce. Yeah, dog. So that's what's on my mind, bro. Anyway, man, we're gonna take a quick break, and
That's funny.
we'll be right back.
Hey, it's Chuck the Iceman Liddell, and you're listening to the 3-Point Conversion.
Have a sports injury? Need to see an orthopedic doctor? Ortho Atlanta is one of Metro Atlanta's largest orthopedic and sports medicine practices, providing orthopedic and sports medicine care for the whole family. With 37 physicians and 14 offices, the practice provides the highest level of care for injury of muscles, joints, bones, and spine. Ortho Atlanta offers convenient access to a full range of musculoskeletal surgeons and specialists. Ortho Atlanta also offers on-site physical therapy, pain management care, MRI imaging, and workers' compensation care. The Ortho Atlanta surgery centers in Austell and Fayetteville provide cost-effective, same-day surgical procedures in an accredited outpatient center. Hip, knee, shoulder, back pain? Ortho Atlanta has you covered with specialists in all areas. Same-day appointments, orthopedic care for the whole family. Ortho Atlanta, Atlanta's choice for orthopedic and sports medicine care. Learn more at www.orthoatlanta.com.
All right, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge,
That was nice.
and we have a superstar in the building. We have family in the building as well. And other than orthopedic for Ortho Atlanta, I'm surprised he's not in Paris.
Right.
Covering one of the events.
I thought that's where he was coming in from. Yeah.
Right. There
For
you
sure.
go. Especially Dr. Fowler. But orthopedic for Ortho Atlanta, Dr. Donnie Fowler III. What's going on, Doc?
What's up, fellas? Paris sounds a lot nicer than where I'm at right now, but
How's it going, man? You good?
I'm good. Yeah, just grinding. Same old, same old. Exhausted.
All right,
Exhausted after tennis last week. We had some late nights with the
Woo!
rain delays. We finished at 3 a.m. Sunday night / Monday morning. So long week.
It's like we live in Miami. It's like I feel like we're in Miami, and I don't like it, Doc.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. It's 3 weeks in a row. It's 3 weeks straight. We've had rain every day. I don't like it.
Yeah. But hey, we're good. Olympics is on. That's where most of my focus is these days. So yeah, good
Shout out to
times.
synchronized diving, one of my favorite events as well.
Yeah.
Very dope.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
I got that on right now. So.
Hey, still, even without synchronized diving, just diving, I love that too. But I was scarred with Greg Louganis when he hit his head on the diving board. That scarred me, bro. Like I remember, I would never forget that.
That made me want to dive more. I became a better diver after I saw that. So get away from that platform.
Yeah,
Get out there a little more.
Right.
Yeah. Don't hug it. Don't hug it.
You lose points if you're too far away from the platform. That's
Right,
part of it.
but Doc,
you gotta be close.
Doc, I don't want to hit my head, Doc. I'm not diving for points.
Yeah.
No, that's right. All right, Doc. So first question, sir.
Oh man.
Speaking of hitting your head, do you feel that the padded helmets in training camp makes a big difference in concussions during training camp? Like, when you see them, all of them got the padded helmets now. Do you think does that really help, or it just look good and just covers?
So the short version is no, based on like studies, and it's printed in our orthopedic literature. It has not shown to have any significant reduction in the amount of impact from head trauma during like mechanical testing. So now, I guess what I would say is if they're trying to compare, say there's less concussions and head injuries during like training camp. Well, yeah, that's because they're not going full contact. Hitting is hard. So I think you got some confounding data there for anyone who wants to argue that point. But the true like randomized scientific studies so far on concussions, including evaluating helmets and the padded helmets, has not shown any difference in the amount of impact and force that happens with a hit with the padded helmets.
That thing ugly too. It's ugly.
It is.
I hate it. They talking about they gonna let them play in it. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Don't do it. My question for you, Doc. Atlanta Braves pitcher, Mr. Ronaldo Lopez, had to exit. Tightness in his forearm. As if the Braves needed another injury, Doc. How long with this particular injury do you see Senor Lopez out of our lineup?
Yeah. Out of your lineup, not out of my lineup.
Right. I know, but for the people.
I'm just messing. So no, especially the Braves. I don't think were big buyers at the deadline, which I don't know. I'm sure caused a little unrest with kind of how the injuries have been going. But the good news, as far as they said, structurally everything looks okay.
Yeah.
Again, anytime you hear anything related to the forearm, you worry that it's kind of a harbinger for a bigger thing coming later on. But MRIs don't lie, assuming that they're not lying to us about the MRI results. So it doesn't sound like they're gonna definitely move him to IL, that they're taking it day to day.
Right.
And I also saw something that they may have pushed a little bit harder at the deadline to get a starting pitcher had they seen something worse. So based on all that, I do think it's relatively good news for Braves fans, but still something you need to keep a close eye on.
Yeah, because they were scared that he was going to be out for the season. Like, because and it's funny because we were just talking about somebody else having structured. They had something going on with their wrist last week. I forgot who it was, but but Braves said they felt like they dodged the bullet or what have you. But typical Braves. Now, someone who didn't dodge a bullet, and almost literally, is Baltimore Orioles infielder Jordan Westburg. He suffered a fractured right hand, after getting hit by a 95-mile-per-hour pitch. Oof. Do you think he will be able to return before the postseason?
I think yes. Again, I don't know the extent of the fracture, if it's going to need surgery, but I would say average time, give or take, from a hand fracture is about 6 weeks. If you figure 3 or 4 weeks of healing, and then a couple weeks to gradually build strength, function, grip a bat, etc. So I think 6 weeks is like I like optimal, probably best case scenario. And so if you look at it that way, you got about 8 weeks or 2 months left in the season to get to the end of September. So I think he can be back by late September and then be obviously, hopefully, kind of hitting his stride come playoffs in October.
Let me ask you a question. Does it, because sometimes they say it's a clean break or what have you. Would you need to be a clean break? Yeah, I never understood that either. But would it need to be whatever they call a clean break is for him to come back, or if it's because if it's a clean break, it's good, but if it's not a clean break, is worse. Which, like I said, I'm confused. But
yeah, I mean, I think some people describe clean break that the fracture goes like truly all the way through the bone, whereas like some kind of go partially through the bone. So that's probably what they're talking about. But I don't think it matters as much as if what you want to call a clean break. It really depends more on the alignment and if anything's like angulated. And if it is, then usually that means you have to do surgery to line it up and hold it in place. If it's not out of alignment, then a lot of times you can just cast or brace it and let it heal and then kind of rehab it.
So, Doc, it's fantasy football time. Drafts are getting ready to go on. In one league, I have the number 1 pick, but I need to ask this question for you because he's not going to be a number 1 pick. But I just, with all the guys coming back from ACL and Achilles injuries, what guy do you see that you would probably take in one of these fantasy drafts? Who would be worth taking? Who's coming back from one of these injuries? And my daughter wanted to make sure I showed you this. They sent this to all the Carolina alums and Carolina parent alums.
Oh, nice. Well,
Yeah,
that's
they gave these out this week. So
well, that's at least PG-13 compared to some of the shirts I've seen back and forth. So that's at least classy. So I'll respect that. So. And yeah, so injury wise, man, again, I feel like I'm too close to these ACLs and Achilles to get super excited about pulling anyone their first back. I mean, that's the short version now. You got the superhumans in the past, like Adrian Peterson.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's probably the most impressive one ever, coming off an injury of that magnitude where he just went nuts. I mean, I think Breece Hall obviously had a pretty good year last year, obviously coming off his ACL, and he should be better. Granted, that's not fresh. So, I mean, I feel like the biggest names right now are more quarterbacks coming back because
you know what I'm thinking now.
Well, obviously we got hometown, if you want to call them hometown cousins now. You got Rodgers, you got Daniel Jones technically coming off an ACL.
Yeah.
So there's 3 starting quarterbacks, and then I'm trying to think, you got
Nick Chubb. I don't know what Nick Chubb.
J.K. Dobbins is coming off an Achilles, having just come off an ACL a year ago.
Right. Jesus.
Not to add fuel to my argument about drafting players coming off of an injury. TJ Hawkinson, ACL, MCL. So there's some there are some big names out there. I mean, I think in the quarterback room, most of those guys that we just talked about, even no disrespect, Aaron Rodgers, in fantasy football, they're probably not the guys you're gunning for in the first, tier, at least maybe 6, 7, 8 quarterbacks, where usually you're going someone who's going to be a little more mobile. So I don't have a problem picking up one of those guys as like your backup QB, and hopefully they have a good season and sub in. But I'm probably definitely not riding on QB1 on any of those quarterbacks coming off an injury. And likewise, as much as I love guys like Nick Chubb and he's already come back from a major injury at Georgia, but now he's had a second major injury on that same knee. So again, I'd just be cautious and wary. And if you get him at the right value, maybe like middle of the draft, then sure, I think it's worth it. But you're not going to see me drafting any of those guys probably in the first 3 or 4 rounds.
Yeah.
So,
and I'll let you that, Doc, because we have a couple of guys in our group where, I mean, it's people really banking. Like, people believe that Aaron Rodgers is gonna like last year. That they've convinced themselves that last year didn't even happen. Like, they're going Aaron Rodgers because Garrett Wilson and but it's Aaron Rodgers, so they like bump that. I'm taking Aaron. I say, please take him. Please, please take him.
Let me say this: the fact that Aaron Rodgers did it in week 1, would that matter? Like, do you think that helps him because it happened so early?
I mean, I think it probably helps. Like, he's probably further ahead than Kirk Cousins, who was whatever week that was, kind of middle of the season, week 8, I forget. But so yeah, I mean, you think about it that way, that's a couple extra months of rehab. Again, I don't think you worry as much at the quarterback position. It's a little different than thinking about like a running back or a receiver. But again, still doesn't excite me because you don't know what you're going to get. And yeah, I mean, no disrespect to the Jets, who have generally had a pretty good defense, but I can't remember the last time we were talking about an explosive Jets offense. So even with that talent,
that don't even sound right, do it, Doc. That don't even sound right.
Yeah, I mean, fantasy wise, I'm not super enthusiastic about Rodgers or any of those guys. I mean, I'm cheering for them. I hope they all come back and have great seasons. You always kind of root for those guys, in my opinion. You don't want them to have to go out on an injury like that, but still, I think you need to temper expectations and maybe have them more as a backup plan, if anything. And then if they produce, then they're kind of a steal for you if you got them later in the draft. So,
so Doc, real quick, I want to. So, Macy, if you don't have one, it's cool. Do you have a stop in Mace?
I got a couple of them, but I don't want to really go into that because I don't want to make nobody else mad, because I know the LeBron thing is going to bring a lot of text messages. I ain't got time for it.
All right, so I just want to put my stop it on now while Doc is on here because he's talking about this. My stop it goes to J.K. Dobbins. This joker talking about he about to have a breakout year. He said he gonna have a breakout. J.K. Dobbins said,
Stop it.
I'm not gonna lie. When he said it, I thought he meant like he was talking about he's gonna break his leg or ankle or something again. I didn't know what he meant by that. Then I read he's talking about he's going. Bro, look, I can't.
He gotta believe. He gotta believe.
Hey, a breakout year could be playing 5 games.
Oh, for him, yeah.
For him, so. But I don't care, JK. You still get that.
Stop it.
Now, do you think could anybody convince you to pick up J.K. Dobbins in the 11th round or 10th or whatever?
I mean, I would consider. I have to even look at the Ravens' backfield. I guess I would consider him as like
he the Chargers now.
What's that? Or sorry, with the Chargers. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, it was with the Ravens. And now with Eckler gone, who I don't even know who is who's supposed to be the Chargers number 1 this year? It's not Josh Kelly, is it?
J.K. Dobbins.
I don't know who it is, but whoever it's gonna be,
yeah,
they're gonna run the ball.
The only way I'm doing it is if I take the whoever, and again, I got to get prepped for my drafts. But if I'm like possibly trying to lock down the Chargers backfield and have whoever else, whether like that Josh Kelly, if he's still there, because he was kind of their number 2 last year, but at least for some of it. I mean, maybe handcuff wise, but no, it's not somebody that I'm like looking out or like trying to steal late in the draft.
I would
No
never pick
disrespect to Dobbins, but I don't think there's much. I don't think there's much precedent of a guy coming off both an ACL 2 years ago and then an Achilles last year. I mean, again, I hope he proves everybody wrong for his
Right,
sake.
I want him to. Yeah, but I would never pick him. If we talking fantasy wise, would never pick him
at all.
Never at all. If you win with him, and he's doing good, he's a better man than me. Hey, I give you all your props, but I would never. I'll pick 2 kickers if I could. I know I can't, but before I pick that joker,
accumulate the whole point that way.
Right. Yep. But all right, Doc, man, we appreciate you, man. We're not gonna hold you any longer, but hey, man, you have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, fellas. See you next week.
All right, Doc.
All right. So, Mace, let's keep it with football. Then we're gonna end it with baseball. So I want to know of the teams that has new coaches, and we spoke about a few of them, at least with the Chargers and of course the Falcons. But I want to know what coach do you think is going to benefit his team the most next year? And mind you, I'm not talking just by wins. Okay. I'm talking by culture, by progression, making a quarterback or whoever, running back, defense better, or what have you. Which coach will have the biggest impact on their team? And like I said, this is not measured just by wins.
Oh yeah, no. It's definitely.
Wait. Okay, I'm gonna go through the coaches. I'm gonna go just in case they don't know. So
I got my answer, but yeah, go ahead.
Right. So you got Las Vegas Raiders, Antonio Pierce.
Yeah.
You got the Atlanta Falcons, Raheem Morris. Los Angeles Chargers, Jim Harbaugh. New England Patriots, Gerard Mayo. Carolina Panthers, Dave Canales. Tennessee Titans, Brian Callahan. And Seattle Seahawks, Mike McDonald. So,
dude, all those names is Harbaugh. It's no brainer. Just from run the clip back.
Right.
We know what Staley was and how he handicapped that team during his tenure. I'm almost certain just by Jim Harbaugh being in the room, just pulling up in the parking lot. He hadn't even walked in the building yet, but just him, he got a parking spot at Charger Way, whatever they call it, that they are a better team than anything Staley did.
Right.
I think Raheem is a close second because you're going total opposite from what you had. So I just think his and with Raheem, I think he learned such a valuable lesson as a young head coach when he was in Tampa. He really saw how not to do it.
Right.
And now that he's gotten his second chance, it's no way he's gonna do any. As a matter of fact, he probably got a handbook somewhere like everything I did in Tampa, I'm not no way ever doing it here in Atlanta with this opportunity that he has now. So those two guys from a culture standpoint stand out the most to me. They give their teams and organizations just a breath of fresh air, a shot in the arm, whatever cliche you want to use. They're going to make those respective programs so much better just with their presence. And then if I'm Justin Herbert, I'm finally going to get to show the naysayers, especially like me, because that's where he's the most overrated quarterback in the NFL next to the Buffalo. But he now finally has a coach that's going to probably put him in such a much better situation than Brandon Staley. I mean, everybody know how I feel about Brandon Staley. He was the worst NFL coach ever. And we got it confirmed in Las Vegas talking to a guy who was there every day.
Otito, yep.
Yeah, your nephew.
Yeah, nephew. Yep. Nephew,
I
yep.
mean, you know, in so many words, he was like, "Yeah, dog. Like, I don't know what we were doing."
Look,
To
so
paraphrase what he said, I don't know what we
like,
were doing.
I don't know what he's doing. Look, the thing is, what he say? I don't get paid to make decisions. That lets you know right then and there how he felt. But but I agree the fact that Herbert has a coach, and I felt like I knew Staley was putting him in the wrong situation every time, and so I think this is what I say. Alan says I say Raheem because he's going to win games too. Harbaugh will definitely change the culture, but it won't translate to wins.
Yeah.
I don't. You know what? Here's the thing. And remember, I'm not necessarily going by wins, but I understand what you're saying, Alan, because I don't think the Chargers have everything Harbaugh wants yet. I mean, shoot, who they gonna throw to? You know.
Yeah.
So, and then they don't have a running back yet. So, but I understand you. But I think for the culture, like you stated, Alan and Maceo, I even think for the mindset, you know, he's a no nonsense guy. He's like, hey, we're gonna shove it in your mouth. This is what we're gonna do. What you gonna do about it? That's Harbaugh.
Yeah.
I believe Raheem because, you know, like we talked about earlier, everything we said earlier, you know, atmosphere, his energy, how he makes the team believes in him, right?
Yeah.
But here's another coach, and this is what you call a head coach. This is the old school type head coach. This is not an X's and O's type, but this is the old school head coach. Antonio Pierce is going to get the best out of his team. Why? And we already kind of saw a little bit of that last year.
Yeah.
Because they will go through a brick wall for him. Antonio old school. Think about it with Tomlin. Tomlin wear headsets because he just want to hear what everybody else saying.
Yeah.
But Tomlin old school. You go back and watch some old school. Mike Ditka wasn't wearing the headset.
Yeah.
Even Dan Reeves didn't wear a headset until late on.
Right.
It's another coach that didn't wear a headset. And my whole point of saying that is not because they were crazy. No, I don't need to do that. They do it in Pittsburgh. Other coach, Cowher.
Be a coward.
Don Shula didn't. I mean, but even in the mid-90s, but the reason why I say this is because it's not just about, all right, I'm making a play, do this. That's great because you got some play calls that are head coaches that it works. But the best coaches are the coaches that get their team to believe that if something goes wrong, come here, let me holler at you real quick. Let me give you this pep talk where I need to go off on you. Well, I need to just give you a pep talk, but it's going to get you ready to play. That's what a head coach is.
Yeah.
Old school, that's what we're used to, accustomed to. That's Antonio Pierce.
Yeah. Yeah.
He changed that culture. He brought that old school Raiders culture. He brought that. This is the way we're going to do it, man. This is the way we play football. This is how and they believe him.
They believe him, but I'm gonna tell you why I'm worried about the Raiders and Antonio Pierce.
Okay.
Your boy was so bad, Josh McDaniel. He was so bad that they just needed something. And Pierce was the something that they needed. I gotta look at this again. This is what concerns me about the Raiders. I thought they would do a little bit more in free agency as far as getting Devontae a much better quarterback. Mm-hmm. Because Devontae, Say what you want. Say what we want about Devontae. And I think he's kind of made it clear. Like, if this thing don't start out right under Antonio Pierce, you got to get me out of here. Got to get me out of here because, again, we love Devontae. But
and I don't think it's Antonio Pierce. I think it's the GM. Like you said, if they don't get me a quarterback, he made that obvious on receivers. It's like, if y'all don't give me a quarterback.
Like, now, how long am I really going to be here? And if Devontae walks out the door.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's following.
Then the culture is, for all Antonio Pierce did to rally that team, when your best player kind of checks out, you know, Crosby gonna be looking around, and then some of them other guys gonna start like,
who is the quarterback now? Is it still the young
Gardner Minshew? Well, Minshew and Aiden O'Connell are gonna battle for the starting job.
So I'm gonna tell you, I don't think O'Connell is a top-notch quarterback.
He not,
but I think he can work. First of all, he's gonna be better than Garoppolo.
Well, everybody better than Garoppolo.
Yeah, right. And then too, I think with your boy Josh McDaniels, I felt like he forgot how to coach Garoppolo, because what they wanted Garoppolo to do, that's not Garoppolo's formula. And not saying that
anybody should have known that. He should have known that.
Right. But I think he tried to go. I don't know why, but that's not Garoppolo. Like, he tried. McDaniels failed a few times. He always went because he never done what he did in New England. That's why I say he's not a coach.
He ain't had Brady either. So I mean,
right. Exactly. And then when he went to Denver, he's not a coach.
I mean, the guy drafted Tebow, so like, you know, come on, dog. He drafted Tebow.
He's not a coach.
Yeah.
But with Pierce, my thing is, but you're right. I think Pierce is smart enough to say, you know what? We're gonna play everybody at their strengths. So we are letting his coaches know, hey, so we don't need O'Connell throwing 500 times a game or trying to make this throw when he can't make this, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We got this receiver. Let's feed him. Let's get this quarterback in a rhythm first and get everybody to believe. But like you said, though, it's hard to do that when your players are not as great. But I mean, he'll squeeze every inch of juice out of them that he can, but that still don't mean that's good enough to win 7 games, you know. So I understand. But as far as the culture, I think as far as we'll get him to do what we'll do whatever he needs us to do. We'll be hyped up about this game. Well, you know, that's Antonio Pierce. And I think his formula might count. But I like what Devontae said. I'm not selfish, but in order for us to win, you got me here to do what I need to do. In order for us to win, if I can't do what I need to do, that won't get us to win. Now, we start to win without it, fine. But 9.5 times out of 10, that's not going to happen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Raider fans, be worried. Be worried, Raider fans. Be worried.
But real quick, I'm going to tell you a coach that I think is going to do wonders with his quarterback, more so than anybody else. And I think that's Dave Canales. I think if you look at his track record of all the quarterbacks that he had and they took off, the last 4 quarterbacks, like, that's him. Now, the problem is, just like the Raiders, this joke gonna have an offensive line, and I don't know who the heck he's throwing to.
Yeah.
But as far as understanding how to play the quarterback position, and stuff making sense, Canales is that guy. This is the perfect guy to get for Bryce. Just not the roster you want. And you take that up with the owner. Get the GM, the owner. that dude. But anywho, but that's so real quick. We'll move on. Best to least. Go ahead. Can you go? Can you see it?
What's that?
Best to least out of his list. So I'll go. I'll say I agree. I'll say Jim Harbaugh number 1.
Yeah.
Rod number 2. Antonio Pierce.
Yeah.
I think Canales. Well, no, I think Brian Callahan. I'm gonna give Brian Callahan a chance. I think he next. Then maybe Canales. I don't know about Gerard Mayo. I think that
he last for me. Mayo gonna be last for me.
I don't know who. My grandma. I was watching my grandma, and she was like, "Baby, I don't know who he had to sleep with to get that job." Like that's how.
Harbaugh definitely my 1.
Okay.
Harbaugh my 1. I'm gonna go surprisingly. I'm gonna go Dan Quinn at number 2.
I forgot about Dan Quinn. I'm gonna
go Dan Quinn at 2.
That's my fault. I'm with you. I got my bad.
And then I'm gonna go Raw. Then I'm gonna go Raw. This might McDonald do. I mean, I don't really know much about him. I don't know much about him. Like I say, Jared Mayo gonna be last on this list. Jared Mayo is gonna be last, and it's not.
Why you got him last? Right,
because he allowed Gunner to come work out with the team, and Gunner has like zero athleticism. Zero. Did y'all see that jug machine almost knocked Gunner down every time he tried to catch football? And then Gunner was in the weight room with his shirt off, like, bruh, like, nah, this ain't it, dog. If you're gonna get a rapper to come in, he get an athletic rapper, like have Method Man come in. You know what I'm saying? Who in the weight room now? I wouldn't put him on the jug machine, but definitely in the weight room. But like, I mean, you bring in Gunner, like, come on, dog. That's not it.
Wait. You got, because I forgot about Dan Quinn. You have Dan Quinn over Raheem?
Yeah, because I just think, again, a coach that on the biggest stage failed 28-3.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Quinn could probably been a head coach 2 years ago, but he wanted to stay at Dallas. And the Dallas thing kind of ended shaky, but I think Dan Quinn learned so much, and he was really chomping at the bit. And then you infuse that with and listen, and I really don't want him to be good because I mean he in my division.
Yeah, right.
But him, Jaden Daniels, and then you have Pretty Boy, the offensive coordinator now.
Oh.
That was in Arizona. Y'all know Pretty Boy.
Kingsbury.
Kingsbury. Kingsbury.
Yeah, Kingsbury.
You got Kingsbury running the offense. Dan Quinn don't have to really worry about that side of the ball. He's gonna fix that defense. Terry McLaurin, all those things. I just think Dan Quinn is going to really show us why. Yeah, y'all might have, and rightfully so. Y'all gave up on me. Y'all gave up on me in Atlanta a little too fast, but that's neither here nor there. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I like those guys. Like say, Jared Mayo last, Mike McDonald up under him. I ain't feeling Callahan either. He, anytime you got to bring your daddy to come help you coach. We saw how that worked out for Lane Kiffin when he bought his dad. God rest his dad too.
But Monty, no doubt. Look, rest of dad. We just talking strictly football. Yeah. But Monty Kiffin was like 93 years old when he came back to try to
97 actually, but I mean, we're not. We're not gonna talk about the grandfather of the Tampa 2 defense.
Even Dick LeBeau was like, man, they tripping because Dick LeBeau was like, he's been there like 70 years in Pittsburgh. Even Dick LeBeau was like, they tripping.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, that's not, that's not neither here nor there. But yeah, all those guys. I say, this thing with the Raiders can go left so fast, man. I mean, it really can. I love Antonio Pierce. I mean, I truly love Antonio Pierce, but I just think this thing gonna go back. If it don't start out fast, or if it start out a little rocky, I mean, Devontae that showed that he gonna be like, bruh.
I know I'm arguing against what I was saying, but because it's different. I mean, I still think he could do it. He's capable of doing it. I mean, but like I said, with the players, but here's the difference. Last year, it was like a breath of fresh air because we got that joker out.
Yeah.
So now that he's out, so it's like, hey, we willing to play. Come on, let's play.
Yeah.
You know, versus, so it was like, oh yeah, this is different. We love it. Now he's trying out the whole season. That's
It's his from the jump. Off top is his. So yeah.
All right, man. So with this baseball, man, were you as upset as everyone else was when the Braves traded for Luke Jackson and Jorge Soler?
So I'm not gonna say upset. I think this was very lazy by AA. I think, now if he had bought back Jock Peterson too, I would just been like, man, dog, you trying to pull the wool over our eyes. But it's like he was trying to get the 2021 band back together. He like, man, like the Blues brothers when it collected everybody and they were going back on tour. I think this was just AA's attempt to see if lightning could strike twice. And for me, as a Braves fan, for a team that's really today we would be damn near out the playoffs. We on the fence. I just don't think these moves were good, especially when I look at the moves the other teams made that could potentially basically send us home. So I wasn't a fan of it. I was just like, that was very lazy by the Atlanta Braves front office. We've given AA, so AA finally after this season, people are gonna finally the all of the kudos he got for us winning in spite of Acuna when we won the World Series that year, because every move he made was the right move. The shine gonna come off that after this year, because it'll be like, bro, really and truly, when you look at like a team like who I think made themselves even more dangerous, the Padres and the Dodgers. I mean, the Padres probably had the best trade deadline of any team in MLB. I mean, and as a Braves fan, and you looking at this is a team that you're kind of chasing, or this is a team that you probably, if you're going to be in the playoffs, you may have to see them. They got better, and we didn't.
Let me ask you a question. So you talk about trying to hit lightning once again, and do you feel like he was handcuffed in the sense of trying to make trades and get in the sense of where he's like, look, before Acuna got hurt and all these other injuries, we felt like we had a chance to compete for a World Series.
Yeah.
So do you think it's more of like, I don't want to lose that chance because we still got next year?
Yeah.
We still can.
Somewhat that. And I think too, I mean, we'll never know until probably after the season what phone calls that he made, what guys that he tried to acquire. And guys who were like, looking at that roster now, let me go to San Diego. Let me go to the Dodgers. Let me go to wherever. Let me go to Baltimore. Because guys, I mean, some of these guys like, it'll tell my agent, hey, tell them folk don't trade for me. Like, nah, I ain't sure. All of a sudden, I'm gonna flaunt this physical. I'm gonna cut my hand or something. I'm gonna flaunt this physical. So I mean, we won't know those conversations But I just think this was lazy, and this was Double A trying to appease. Like, he probably was sitting in the room like, oh, they gonna love this. We're gonna bring Soler back and Luke Jackson. They gonna applaud this. Boy, stop. No, he ain't.
Hey, look,
No,
look, he trying to strike lightning again. All right.
yeah, nah.
We already talked about this. You're gonna start giving out. Was Azuna on his team? Or he came the year after that?
Nah, he came the next season. Nah, he went on the
I'm
work
gonna say
team.
you don't want him to start having flashbacks.
Yeah. And shout out to Azuna, because Azuna, Mr. Cobb County, Mr. ATL, you know what I'm saying? Pull him over you want to. It's not likely. He is like a one-man band. Like, he keeping us afloat. He like the only reason we relevant right now.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Like that's crazy.
So it's like I had my free agent tracker on, and I was like, so loud. Really? He don't help us. Luke Jackson.
Oh yeah, man. It was a lot of
Yeah.
upset Braves fans.
Yeah, and like I say, you look at what other teams did, and then you're jealous. Dog, I ain't gonna even lie. When I kept seeing what the Padres were doing, dog, if I had insurance on my phone, you know what I'm saying, I would have threw it, but I don't have insurance on my phone. So I was like, nah, let me not do that. let me not.
Oh,
Let me not do that. Stop giving me these updates.
right,
I'm getting jealous. Stop giving me these updates. So yeah.
Every time you see something, you look at nope.
Everybody, get insurance on your phone. Don't be like me. Get insurance on your phone. I can't give them the extra $7. I can't. I'm sorry. Sue me.
Man. Hey, where we go, man? The quote of the week from Ray McLeod. Now, I know Ray. I should have put that up. I know Ray is a. So we had a chance. So his PR hit me up, and hit me up maybe like in May, late May, early June. It was like, hey, would you want to have Ray, interview? I'm like, heck yeah. We got him, yeah, we'll do it. It was like, so she was like, all right, so what time? So I'm like, yo, our show is on Wednesdays, and we can have him on in. She's like, all right, will it be in studio or whatever? Like, no, you don't have to be. Look, I'm thinking I'm helping him out. Well, you don't have to be in studio. We'll do it through stream. She hit me up with a no. She was like, he don't want that. I'm like, what you mean? Like, you know what we doing? I know. She said, no, he wants to show what he's wearing. He wants to display what he's wearing. He's big on his fashion. Right?
Yeah, man. Wide outs, baby. Wide outs, baby.
So I'm like, all right, well, we can't probably won't be able to do it. But we couldn't get it right. I ain't mad at Ray. So I see Ray Sunday.
Gotta get that outfit out.
So I see Ray Sunday. And I asked Ray, I said, so, we go through the whole everything. So I asked him, I said, Ray, so I know you big on fashion. He kind of stuff. So I know you're big on fashion. So what have you seen, through training camp? Have you been judging folks, whatever? Have you given some advice? And he started laughing. Like, I ain't gonna tell y'all who out here looking crazy. I'm gonna just leave that alone. But he said, look, hey, just a quarter days, hey, sauce ain't free. What he said, dog. Sauce ain't free. Sauce.
Those are facts, dog. Those are facts.
What was say? Straight wide out, dog. Straight wide out.
Hey, man, listen, man. I be trying to tell y'all, man. Hey, man, that's just typical wide receiver behavior, dog. I love it, Ray. I love it, Ray. What Ray need to be worried about is how bad Georgia gonna beat Clemson. That's what Ray need to be worried about more than anything. Georgia might put 55 on Clemson,
right?
In the kickoff classic.
Oh yeah, that's a kickoff classic, isn't it?
Yeah, Georgia and Clemson in the dome.
I got to talk about that. Have you applied?
I don't know, man.
Oh, yeah, never mind. I don't know. I'm asking that. All right, we're gonna cut. I didn't know I asked you that. All right, man. So
I don't know.
all right, y'all. So we go. That's a wrap for the show, man. It was much fun.
Man, shout out to Back to School, Cobb County Back to School tomorrow.
Yeah, man. You like it? I don't. I got to get up at 6 a.m. But
love it. Get out of here, kids. Get out of here.
It's gonna save us money with food, bruh. Easily.
Gonna be able to keep snacks now.
Right. right.
My daughter be taking all the snacks to band press. I say, hey, you can't feed everybody. You can't feed your whole section. Tell them to get their own snacks.
Right.
Yeah, what are you doing? Thank God they back at school.
Feeding the children and all of that, and got to do breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and snacks.
Shout out to all the single mamas who really happy the kids going back to school, so now they can get back to their regular rotation from 7 to 3 or 7 to 4:30, whatever time the kids get. Shout out to the mamas. Yeah.
Yep.
We can't forget y'all.
What I will hate is this traffic though. That's what I'm hate.
Damn school buses. Jesus.
That's the part I'm.
Now you gotta leave the house. You gotta leave the house 20 add 20 minutes to your ride, everybody. Add 25 minutes to your ride.
30 minutes, and then here, we don't pray on accidents, but you already know how that is. There's got to be an accident like people taking a number. Okay, I'm next for the accident. Let me.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. That the young kids say, "On God, on God,
right?
On God."
Yeah, man. Right.
I'm a super band dad this year. They done drafted me last year. My daughter was a freshman, so I was able to kind of just sit back. They told me I can't sit back this year, so I will actually be working this year.
Oh, that's what's up.
And they play Friday. They played their first game Friday.
Oh man,
I got band dad duty this Friday.
Wow. What you got to do?
Now I'm on the logistic team, so my job is we had to get there early. We had to set the stage, so we had to rope off the band section. Then we have to make sure the instruments and all the props get down to the field. Away games, we had to load the truck and get the instruments and all the other things to the visiting stadium. We had to chaperone kids to the bathroom.
Oh man. Yeah. Welcome, dog. Welcome to the look. I volunteered, but I told him, I said, look, this is not every week or every. She's like, no, it's when you can. So okay, well, I'll do it. My baby in 4th grade. So I said, okay, I'll do it. I'll be that. Look, my goal is, and with this, my goal is I'm winning my goal is to win parent of the year. They do it at my daughter's school. Dog, I almost threw it. I thought I was gonna get it last year. But they was like, and your winner is, for the parent of the year. I done stood up. He said, some lady, what? You mean I went barbecue for no reason? I came up here when the game was on it. Well, I was heated. Bro, I was doing
you know the key to winning parent of the year?
What?
Got to volunteer during the school day. Those people who win parent of the year.
I did a few times. I came in, read to the student. Look, I was extra.
Oh, yeah. You might have got shafted then, dog. You might have got shafted.
Look, I did knowing I had to do it, talking about, you know how to I'm doing all that, man. I was heated. Like, I could have stayed. Then I was mad because the lady who won, she knew she was getting it because she was sitting in the front row all dressed up. Oh, so y'all knew she was getting it, huh?
She had acceptance speech ready and everything.
I call it the Vegas dress.
That's tough. That's tough, bit.
Yeah, man. Anyway,
that's tough. I'm saving it for like my daughter's senior year. I want to win that for her senior year.
Yeah, I want to too. I want to win. I won it in this grade school. Anyway, man, y'all hear the music I always say. It's time to let you go. But before we let you go, we have a couple of shout outs, and stay tuned because you might be part of it. First of all, I want to give a shout out to the Almighty God for giving me this platform to do what I do, say what I say, make you all upset, mad, want to give me the stop it button. God, I appreciate it. Want to thank my family, Dr. Donnie Fowler III, orthopedic for Ortho Atlanta. Dog, I'm breaking down, dog. I gotta go see him Monday. Something wrong with my nerves, dog. Bro, I can't even do this. My junk feel numb. I don't know what's going on, so I gotta go see Doc.
You get some bands, dog. Get some bands, dog.
I need it, dog. My junk.
When you're over 40, you need bands.
I see. My junk been hurting for the last 2 weeks, so hurting. Oh, hold on. Real quick, I gotta tell you this. I should have told everybody. I gotta tell you this. So, I told you I'm having a nerve problem in my right shoulder, right? My shoulder it's been killing me, like I said. And the night before I couldn't even reach down. It was numb and all of that, right? I'm 45. Now, we there and I'm, filming or whatever, and they throw in the back of the end zone. I'm in the back of the end zone. The ball, he misses the ball. Football comes to me. The guy is handing him the ball. He like, yo, look. Now everybody in practice looking at me. He 25 yards deep. Now, Mace, you already know when you get this old, if you ain't throwing a football, look, if you ain't warmed up your arm within the last 2 minutes, your junk is shot. Then my shoulder messed up. And he like, bro, you talking about all the pressure in the world. I'm like, God, please don't let this ball just be a duck and it go like 15 yards. I was so nervous, dog. I'm just smiling, looking at everybody like, bro, I was praying. I feel like the dream. You know how you try to throw the ball in the dream, the ball only go like 2 feet. I was so scared. It reached him, dog. It reached him. Bruh, I willed that thing over there, though, dog. I willed that thing over there, dog.
You ain't want to do no 50-cent first pitch.
Bro, I was so scared, dog. You talking about all the pressure in the world, dog.
That's crazy.
He 25 yards, like, yo, Kirk Cousins him looking, all the media looking.
Like,
I
wish he would not make this thing reach.
Bro, it was so much pressure.
We gonna get him.
It was so much pressure, dog. I felt like they would have put me on SportsCenter or something, dog, and not top 10 if I was so scared. Base, I willed that ball over there, dog. I willed the football over there. I willed it, dog. It reached him. He caught it and everything. It had velocity. Was in it, and I couldn't throw it like a dart. I had to throw it in the air, but I'm just like, God, please. I was so scared, dog. But anyway, I had to tell this. Oh man. Anyway, I want to thank Dr. Fowler for coming on, man. Then I got to thank my dog Maceo for coming on, Mace. What you got to say, bro?
Listen, thank God these kids back at school. I'm forever grateful.
All right. I want to thank I got Alan Fields for jumping in, Vincent Fantasy Guru, TJ Bentley. I want to thank everybody else who listened and watched live. Hey, I want to thank my lovely children, nieces, nephews, aunties, uncles, cousins, brothers, sisters, grandparents, play cousins. Hey, make sure you love family. Let family know that you love them while they still alive, while they still can feel it.
On game. On game.
Eat on the game. Eat good. Drink responsibly. Enjoy the kids being at school. You got the Olympics, man. I'm about to start watching some Olympics. You got training camp. Keep up with that.
All day, dog.
But yeah, you got to, dog. Until next week, same time, same show, same crazy host, same sports nonsense. When you miss me, I'm out. Peace.